Welcome back here, Totem Pole Nation. It is Wednesday, March the 20th. So, yeah, man, tell me about our buddy you were just talking about.
I mean, TikTok, I was thinking about hanging it up, TikTok. But I met this guy a couple mornings ago, Bumper Music Reviews out of Texas. And he told me a little bit about his story. I've invited him to come on. And this guy, he loves music. He loves music like we love football. And he helps others. And I was thinking the importance of helping others. He went to prison. He got out. Now he's got multiple streams, just like Totem Pole Nation does. But he plays others' music, listens to it, and gives them advice. Hey, man, you know us, man. And we love music. When music hits, you feel no pain. What do you think, Coach Bald? The importance of helping others, the NCAA basketball tournament. UVA didn't show up. What do you think?
Hey, 14 points is what they scored in the first half. They scored 2 touchdowns in the first half. That is just unbelievable, man. I mean, talking about really just crap in the bed. I mean, 14 points. And I heard afterwards they're going to, reanalyze what they're doing. Well, you should, guys. You scored 42 freaking points. I mean, that is terrible. So, yeah, they got taken to the woodshed last night by Colorado State. In the NIT news, USF Bulls did beat Central Florida. That's the war on I-4 battle. And Virginia Tech did beat Richmond. I saw that last night in the NIT. Both teams scored a lot more points than 14 in the first half and 42 for the total game.
Chris Mitchell, good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining us. Coach Bald. Man.
Yep. You guys are watching the sunrise with us this morning here in South St. Petersburg. That right there is music to me.
That right there is God's creation.
You're seeing one of those this morning.
Been around longer than we have.
Yep.
Look at that.
If you're seeing that this morning, you're blessed. You got a shot. We only got one shot at this life. Let's give it all we got. Let's have a great one.
I'm telling you, man. Give it all you got, man. Take your shot. Take your shot. Some people are scared to miss. If you're scared to fail, you're never going to succeed. Life lessons. Like your shot when you left Richmond, Virginia, your hometown, to go down to Tampa, Florida. That was your shot. You took your shot. What kind of tree is that, dude? That's an amazing looking tree.
I believe that is a banyan tree.
A banyan. They don't have those in Virginia.
This is a banyan tree right here. Look at this beautiful one.
Amazing. Look at that nice walkway you got going to your shed. Look at that, y'all.
That is my because the makes the leaves just kind of ruffle and it's just very relaxing. But there it is, guys. We're live here at the Tampa Bay, Florida. This is Tampa Bay right here. I'm outside of Coquina Key on the south side of Florida. You guys are checking in with us. And yeah, the Life Lessons podcast. We're talking about we're talking about music. We're talking about helping others. Why is it important? Why is it important, Coach Taylor? I think during a lot of crisis, what do they tell you? They tell you to keep busy, because keeping busy helps keeping your mind off of what that crisis is sometimes. And I think that's the same thing with helping people. Helping other people will help yourself get your mind right.
Yeah, I mean, people are always like, well, I need to follow the book. I need to follow the rules. I need to this, I need to that. No, you need to help others. You need to treat people the way that you want to be treated. If a person's thirsty, give them a drink. If someone's hungry, feed them. You know, be the book. Just don't talk about it. Be about it. And that's what we try to do here at Totem Pole Nation. Is we're not perfect. I'm liable to go crazy and beat my head against this wall here in a second. You never know. I might start punching myself. But the people who really understand this universe and understand life and understand love, how you treat someone is how you treat everyone. Now, I'm not going to treat everybody the same, but I'm going to treat everybody fair. And like, Coach Bald's my homeboy. Why should I treat him the same as Liddy and Drippy that disrespected me and Totem Pole Nation? He's Liddy and he's Drippy. I don't think you got very good service, Coach Bald. I don't know why.
Say that again.
I don't think your service looks like it's a little like choppy. Like that one day when you were a little choppy.
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me see what I can do here.
I don't know if it's the Wi-Fi. It might be me. I mean, yeah, I don't ever know, y'all. I got into this book, Fahrenheit 451. And there's a movie for it. But the movie don't do the book justice, man. But what book does? I mean, what movie does make a book have justice?
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Still the same?
Yeah, you're a little choppy like you were that other day. But I don't know why, man. Maybe it's because you walked over there and came back, but I ain't sure.
All right.
I mean, this is StreamYard. StreamYard is the greatest streaming platform in the universe. I mean, StreamYard can make guys like us who don't even know what they're doing look like we know a little bit. StreamYard, shout out to you. This is Totem Pole Nation, the low man on the totem pole.
We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, just keep it rolling, Coach Bald. So, Coach Bald, is your bracket busted yet? Or do these guys even make the bracket?
No, not busted yet, man. It ain't even started. We got 2 more teams that are going to punch their ticket, you know. So, yeah, it hasn't even started. Today is the fight. What's that?
Why do they keep adding games into a 64-team tournament? Is it because of the commercials?
Money, man.
Exactly.
For the love of money.
Woo! Bone Thugs in Harmony. Man, I think every time I ever got a ticket driving, I was listening to Bone Thugs in Harmony. That's a bad sign, man. I mean, every time I got in trouble, I was listening to Bone Thugs in Harmony. Maybe I'm not a bone, and maybe I'm not a thug, and maybe I ain't got harmony.
Oh. Yeah. If you think you got harmony, you need to listen to that one, our one episode once the first time you watched the Bob Marley movie.
Oh. I sound good to myself.
Hey,
all right.
Man. You know, that's what we were talking about. You got to talk good to yourself if you don't talk good to nobody else, you know. But hey, we did have some more free agent football news. The Jets, yeah, the Jets got the big wide receiver Mike Williams from San Diego Chargers. Jets making some moves, and this one's a personal favorite. Shaquille Griffin signs a 1-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings. So I'm pretty fired up about that. Isaiah Wynn signed with Miami a day and a half ago. Shaquille is still living the dream. He's going up to play in Minnesota. So super excited, super fired up for those guys. Big shout out to Lakewood Spartans football program here on the south side of Florida. Huge shout out to Corey Moore, Coach Hassan Lang, and the rest of the gang. Love you guys, man.
Man, they got a heck of a program. They continue to keep spitting out NFL D1 and, more importantly, great young men for our country. Man, that's powerful. And that quarterback at UVA, that kid, man, he's so fun to watch. He's like Johnny Manziel running around.
Yeah, big things are in store for those guys, man. Yeah, Anthony is a heck of a player. Yep. So I'm
Who is
excited
your?
to see what those
You know,
guys do.
I'm gonna when people start asking me who my favorite college team is, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start answering because the first college football game I ever remember was Penn State versus the Miami Hurricanes.
Wow.
In the national championship. That was when they wore the fatigues, Vinny Testaverde. So, dude, I'm rocking with the U. I'm rocking with the U. Jimmy Johnson.
Rumor has it, man, that you might be heading south.
I am. I'm headed to South Beach. All right, I got a Breeze Airlines, $170 Richmond direct flight, bruh, into Fort Lauderdale. And then I got a hotel room. I found out the hotel was 45 minutes away from Coral Gables, where the school is. So then I had to move a little bit closer. Then I found out I had to pay for the room right now. That place was actually nice. So then I had to find a room I could pay when I showed up. Not as nice. But, dude, I'm getting there at 5:30 in the morning, and I ain't leaving until Alex Mariball leaves.
Smart. Get there, get in the parking lot with his cup of coffee when he gets there, brother. Be ready.
You think those guys drink coffee? I'd say they do. Apathy. Are you familiar with the word apathy or apathetic?
Yeah, both.
I mean, there's so much apathy. I see it every day. And teachers, I feel for y'all because y'all sit there and blame yourselves. But this system that they have created has worked. It's created apathy. This lockdown that occurred created apathy. It created zombies. And I don't know if there's much apathy at the U, because when there's apathy, they send you home. They fire you. But here, they just pass you along. No Child Left Behind, Common Core. Man, these guys are criminals. But the people that really want to go get it in life are going to go get it, and they're going to find a way, Coach, ain't they?
That's what you do, man. That's what you do. Huge birthday shout to the Gabe Davis.
Ooh,
Gabe Davis.
Never give up.
His father, the Reverend, we were so blessed to have him be a part of our football program. And I'll never forget when he said those magical words.
Never.
The same ones that Jimmy V said. Yep. But a huge shout out to Gabe Davis. It's his birthday today. My main man, too cool, Christian Goggins, man, a kid I used to coach at Lakewood. It's his birthday today. Yep, Tracy Calavito went to school with us at Byrd. Her birthday.
Tracy went with me to prom. Thank you, Tracy.
That's right.
Thank you for agreeing to that. I went to dude, I'm an idiot. I went to the wrong house in my tuxedo. Like, dude, you can't make this up. I can't front it. Like, people say, Troy, why do you call yourself stupid? Because I am. I went to the wrong house to pick up my date for prom. Well, Troy, you probably didn't know her too well. She probably felt sorry for you, or either just wanted to dress up nice and go to the steak and ale. All right. When your dad says, go to the steak and ale, but don't order ribs. That's good advice, because I mean, steak and ale was pretty nice for that day and age. It actually had a menu that wasn't a piece of paper, or it wasn't a buffet. Dude, have you been to a Golden Corral recently?
Never.
It's not good. Don't say never. Never. Don't deny your past. Dude, you can't deny who you are. Dude, there's a lot of people that eat at Golden Corral all the time, and they think it's good. It's $22 now, dude, with a drink.
Wow.
And you can't eat $22 worth of food at that place. I mean, if you did, it's about to pop. And it's not good, man. But I stopped there on the way from Dinwiddie. I've stopped there twice to eat at Golden Corral and spend $22. I guess I could go to Mission Barbecue and spend $30, and it might actually taste good, but you only get that much macaroni cheese. I mean, it ain't even real macaroni and cheese. MK, you're the best. Hey, you're the best. You're the best.
MK is getting up early on her spring break just to check us out. Wow.
Man, I can't believe that. That's dedication. That's commitment.
It truly is, man. We're blessed.
So what about this Tony Whittingham Jr., my brother? My brother, my friend. Only the word of God at the core of life and sports will last. That's from where all the blessings come. Amen. Dude, that's where love comes from, Coach. I mean, this guy is a genius. If you can get somebody around you who has been successful in their life, like Coach Whittingham, successful in his church, successful in helping kids in their life. I mean, dude, that's powerful. What a mentor he's been to me. What a blessing. Coach Whittingham, my great friend. What a great coach, a great person, a great man. Helped so many people in his life. That's what it's about. Like Gabe Davis's dad, I was going to say, Gabe Davis's dad was our reverend. He was our preacher. But he lived it.
Yeah.
He lived it, man.
Yeah.
He loved us. Coach Whittingham lives it. He loves us, man. He don't tell us where we're going to go and follow this and that. He shows us the way. Yep, I got it at 7:30 for y'all. MK, that's why you're the best. Coach Whittingham told me last year, he said, you're an influencer.
That's power, man.
Dude, that motivated me.
Very powerful.
Like, that motivated me. He said, Troy, you're an influencer. I was like, influence? That was like when Coach Nicely told me I was going to be a coach. That was like when Miss Hunt told me that I had a gift as a public speaker. She hasn't heard me speak recently because I can't even pronounce my own name. But yeah, bro, I'm on it tonight. Steak and Ale. Coach Whittingham, do you remember Steak and Ale on Midlothian in Chippenham? That was where I went and took my prom date. Me, my brother, and Sean Leonard. We had a Jeep limo. I could probably go back there and get a Elsie Bird yearbook. All right, and show y'all. We made the yearbook.
Wow.
It's pretty bad when Sean Leonard's got to beg some girls to take me and my brother to prom.
Hey, man, that's what you know what he was doing, Coach? He was helping a friend. He was helping a friend is what he was doing, man.
Yeah, help a friend. I mean, dude, but is that a bad thing? Because I came up with this philosophy, Coach Whittingham. When kids see adults do what adults do, get up, go to work, work another job, pay the bills, be tired. Kids don't want to become adults before their time. But when kids see adults act like kids, do what they want, come when they want, leave when they want, don't get up every day and work, sleep in, have fun with multiple people all the time, party. Kids want to grow up too soon because they think that's what being an adult is, and it's not. And that's why I didn't want to grow up too soon. And I had a babysitter that yeah, dude, it's crazy the stuff that you go through in life makes you who you are. Man.
But yeah, you were talking about Nickelodeon, man. I sent you something on that. I first saw it. There's a guy on Twitter named Dom LaCour, and the name of the episode or the whole thing is, I want to say, Quiet on Set, and it's basically talking about this guy Dan Schneider. Boy,
the big fat dude from Head of the Class.
Head of the Class, the heavy guy.
A loser.
What is the deal? If your name is Dan Schneider, are you just you just born a scumbag? I mean, what did he do in Washington? What did this guy do with Nickelodeon? But
well,
anyway,
you know what he did? He did what was done to him. So the abused has become the abuser. It happened to me. It happened to me.
huh?
It happened to me, brother. And I'm gonna say it right now. Well, I had a female babysitter that she's probably a teenager, and I was probably 5 years old. And she used to make me kiss her. She used to make me. I was French kissing teenagers when I was 5.
No way.
Yeah, and then make you French kiss your brother at 5.
No.
Yeah, make you French kiss your brother at 5. Take baths with your brother naked. That's what. Yeah, the abused becomes the abuser. It's happened throughout the world, man. The abused becomes the abuser. Dick Gregory says, you don't hit your Cadillac, so why are you hitting your kid? Like, the abused becomes the abuser. The person that was paddled now gets paddled.
Wow.
And now we're in a vicious cycle because of what happened to them or what happened to them at work. And yeah, bruh, it happened to me. And when I told another guy this, you know what he said? It happened to me too. Maybe that's just what babysitters did. Maybe that's why they wanted to be babysitters. That messed me up for a long time, man.
Wow.
I mean, it really does.
Yeah.
Dude, other things might have happened that I made myself forget. You never knew that, did you? I've never told anybody that. I'm only told about 4 people that my whole life, but now I've told the whole world.
Now everybody
because
knows.
I used to think, oh, look at Coach. Me too. Yeah, it messed me up for a long time, man. Yeah, that's probably why I didn't have a girlfriend until I was like 21 or something. The abused becomes the abuser, but not here. We're breaking that cycle, man, because we're talking about it.
Yeah. You know,
what do you got deep to share with us, Coach Bald?
I mean, I just say, for every, Coach Taylor, unfortunately, there are people that, take advantage of young people. And so that's why, that one mom probably looked at you crazy because you're trying to help her son. You know what I mean? It's sad, but it's legit possibility in the America that we live in now. Luckily, brother, there are grown men that will not pass the buck on that and that kind of crap.
And that's why I got to say Tim Tebow is a fraud. Tim Tebow, you're not legit, dude, because you never got at us. Like, we're trying to help. You wanted us to give money. Look at Coach. Couldn't have a healthy relationship until I found Christ. And, Coach, I heard this guy say Jesus didn't hang around with sinners. Sinners hung around with him. Well, who did he hang around with? Because there ain't nobody else perfect but him. He couldn't hang out with nobody else. His Father, who art in heaven. Yeah, Coach Whittingham is that dude, man. Do you know who Coach Whittingham is? Have you met him?
I'm not. Man,
he's so wise, and he here's how wise he is, and this is how much he loves me. When I went to Dinwiddie, he told me, he said, Troy, things are different in the country. And I didn't really remember what he meant. But now that I think back at it about Amelia, like my first meeting in Amelia, the black kids sat on one side of the library. The white kids sat on the other. And, dude, that's the way it was when we were kids. Like, we were born in 1978. That's 10 years after, the 68 Olympics where the dudes gave up everything, to fight against the establishment, the machine. And, like, I'm not used to that. But that junk, like Coach Whittingham told me, in the country, it's not covert. It ain't no espionage. It ain't no spies. Like, you know who likes you and who don't. People try to cover that junk up today. Like they're trying to cover it up in Powhatan.
Yep.
But ain't no covering it up, man. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you believe that that you're better than another man because of the color of your skin, well, are you better than them because of the color of your hair or the color of your eyes?
Yeah, it's
Because I ain't buying that stuff no more, man.
Yeah. It's a very dated way to look at things, man.
It's you know what it is? It's a way to keep you in a box and always keep you poor. And it's a way to keep you always hating someone else. Because don't no one look like me on the whole planet.
Yeah.
I'm one of 50 million that made it to that spot. And I got a twin brother, and we don't look alike unless I get real fat or he gets skinny. What's that Bob Marley song? We forgot how to respect life. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, sounds like the people that ran Planned Parenthood. Bill Gates' daddy, J.D. Rockefeller. This is life lessons, though. We're learning life lessons, but we're getting deep, ain't we, Coach? Get me back on, Coach, because I'm starting to get a little too wild.
And I mean, basically that whole Nickelodeon thing, it's crazy.
It's serious.
That stuff I grew up watching, and then when you rewatch some of the stuff and look at the stuff, man, it's just completely disgusting. And to think that people would leave their parents with people like that, and like there's one scene where this dude is in a hot tub with a 12-year-old girl, and he's got like his full outfit on and sunglasses, and I mean he's like a 30-year-old dude in a hot tub with a 12-year-old girl, and it's disgusting that there's people out there, and probably the mental health that the girl is going through now. Like if you see what she looked at then, the way she looked then and the way she looks now, like it's obvious she's trying to disguise herself and to get away from that life that she once lived,
Yes.
It's very unfortunate, but for every scumbag that you have like that, there are grown men that won't deal with that. Like it's never going to be okay with certain people, like Coach McNally. It's not going to be okay with him. It's not going to be okay with Coach Kurt Hines. It's not going to be
Kids
okay
were
with
abused. Kids were abused. Kids were taken advantage of. And a lot of times their parents just handed them over, dude, to Hollywood. For what? Money.
Yeah, man.
But my girlfriend said she wanted to be in the front row of the Grammys. Well, what will you do to be in the front row of the Grammys? Like, dude, this is not new. Yeah. This is not new. None of this stuff is new. It's been going on since the Roman Empire. Like, yeah, kids got taken advantage of. And I told my son, if anyone ever touches you somewhere that's inappropriate, you need to tell me. Yeah. Like, but dude, you feel shame. Like you have victim's remorse. Like, look at Maya Angelou. She's the GOAT, dude. She's the GOAT. And it's that feeling that we don't deserve love because what happened to us, or we blame ourselves for what happened to us. Yeah.
But just telling your story, man, thanks for being vulnerable, you know what I mean, and telling us because,
You're clear now. You're clear.
Somebody. Exactly. I bet that.
Yeah, bro.
You probably told but 4 people that how, it's got to feel like a weight lifted off your shoulder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
So, kudos to you, man. You never know what somebody's going through or what they've been through. You know what I mean? And I think you being a coach is right where you need to be at, man, because, you are giving lessons to people, and it's not just about, history class. It's about life, man. And that's what's important because you've been knocked down several times, but you refuse to stay down. With depression, what a lot of people want to do, Coach, and with what happened to you is they want to bring their luggage. They want to camp out on that and let that be their story. Sometimes you got to change your story. That maybe that's what made you want to be a coach one day, because you knew you could help kids. The exact opposite of what, that maybe
Dude, a
seemed good
coach
to you.
helped me. Coach Bland. Coach Bland is why we became what we became. My dad, Coach Bland, like,
Yeah.
he was our hero. He was who we wanted to be, man.
They left footprints of success.
We emulated him.
Yeah.
And, Coach always told me, like, a good thing is my kids ain't going to have to go through what I went through.
Yeah.
Now you have told everyone, which is really good. Yeah. Like he always says about his kids, a good thing that my kids didn't have to go through what I went through, but a bad thing is that my kids didn't have to go through what I went through.
Yeah.
Like, quote of the day, MK. That's why, like, my son, I try to show him, like, and teach him things that he don't learn in school. Because I used to think that you had to learn in a school, or you had to read a book, but that church and school ain't just buildings. The universities, where do you think they get their name from? Man, dude, 100 years ago, we wouldn't be here. 50 years ago, they wouldn't let us talk on camera about what we're talking about. But now, two idiots, two low men on the totem pole found a way to do YouTube. Or maybe YouTube found us. Maybe we're like the Blues Brothers. We're on a mission from God. Man, what a great movie.
One of the greatest.
Just because no one ever done it before doesn't mean it's impossible. Go for it. Just like the 4-minute mile.
Yeah. Everything's impossible until somebody does it. Right?
Yeah. Then all kinds of people broke the 4-minute mile.
Yeah.
And
Coach, I want to switch it up, man. I watched a show last night that was really good. It was Dark Side of the Ring, and it featured Terry Bam Bam Gordy, one of the fabulous Freebirds. He was also arguably one of the best tag teams in the world with
Let me pull up his picture.
Steve Dr. Death Williams. Don't get us the copyright, because, boy,
I won't, Coach.
On those guys.
I remember him, man. I remember him.
But, yeah, man, I mean, when it comes to tag team wrestling, those guys, in my opinion, were top three. Road Warriors, Steiner Brothers, and Dr. Death Steve Williams and Terry Bam Bam Gordy, man. They were just some bad dudes. But, yeah, man, it was an awesome show. But, him, like a lot of the legendary wrestlers, went through some injuries and used some prescription pills or non-prescription, and he ended up overdosing one time, and they brought him back to life, but he was never the same guy. There he is right there, the big fella. Man, just a huge dude. And I'll tell you something really cool about him, Coach, that just shows you kind of his mindset. Was he had torn both each knee. He had blown ACL, and he was talking to the doctor, and he was always about 300 pounds, and the doctor was like, "Look, man, if we can get you down to like 260, dude." He reached out to Richard Simmons. You remember him?
Yeah.
What was his show? Like Dancing with the
Oldies. He had all kinds of. He was like a fitness.
Yeah. But that helped him, maintain and get down to about 260. So I thought that was pretty cool that he would do something like that, just to show how much, it was important to him. But yeah, man, it was unfortunately, that was kind of after he had that, he was in a coma. And when he woke up from the coma due to the overdose, he was just a different person. They had an interview with him, a shoot interview. And it was just sad because they're asking him questions and he just didn't have any of the answers. And he just kind of seemed lost. And it was very unfortunate, but it's a blessing because his daughter is still wrestling. His son is still there putting out his good name. And that's the thing with overdosing. If you want to overdose on something, overdose on effort. Overdose on love, overdose on fun, overdose on laughter, on brotherhood, sisterhood, overdose on good vibes, overdose on good energy. Support your friends and loved ones, overdose on them with love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know what you're saying. And it's something I've gotten onto recently is just because you and me become addicted to something that is meant to be addictive, they want us to think we got the problem. Nobody's addicted to celery. Nobody's addicted to celery. They make that junk addictive, and then they want us to blame ourselves. No, that's why they made it. That's why they make money, is it's addictive. But they don't tell us that. They say, oh, you have a drinking problem. You have an eating problem, an eating disorder. Yeah, you do, because food is meant to be addictive. Alcohol is addictive. I have an addictive personality. That's why I don't drink. That's why I don't do drugs. That's why I don't smoke. But don't we all? And people are looking for love in all the wrong places, dude. When love is right here. Love is all around us. That's love. Dude, dogs are probably the greatest lovers of all time. A dog is a man's best friend. The dogs were the first ones that were domesticated, that said, hey, man, I need you and you need me. We make a great team. And then we bred them and made them into whatever we wanted them to be. Like a Shih Tzu. They're like a hot water bottle. They're like a heating blanket. Oh, I love the sunrise at Coach Ball's house. It's so cool to see. MK, and you are smart enough. How did you even find us, MK? Or did we find you? I mean, that's a good question. Life lessons?
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I'm so thankful for, Coach Matt Bland, thankful for Coach Alex Maribal, Coach Danny Bogg, Coach Hassan Lane, Coach Tracy Johnson there at Lakewood, Coach OG Emoji, Coach D Williams, okay? Because the guys like this, hey, shout out to a brother who's no longer with us, Coach Craig Rowe. It's those kind of people that will always live a life to protect people like MK, to protect Carmela Paul-Moore, to protect Sophia Aria, to protect kids like Jackson Taylor. And that's why we're here, Total Pole Nation, man. That's why we're here.
I think I'm gonna make a video just about coaches and how important the job of coaches are. And that coaches are teachers. And in order to be the best teacher, you must be the best learner. In order to be the best coach, you got to know your players. Your players got to know you. I mean, that's what happens in a relationship. You're the life coach. I learn you and you learn me. It just ain't I ask you questions or you ask me questions. Both of us are important in this because we're a partnership. Dude, I've had so many kids just since I've been to Dinwiddie. I've had 2 kids tell me in the last 2-3 days that their mom is dead. They tell me that my mom died. Like, wow, man. Like, they're only like 17 years old. They're going to be seniors in high school. And like, dude, I got so caught up. Like, I think if I had to do it over again, I think I did it. Coach Whittingham would know. It's like it ain't all about going to college and playing football. It ain't all about going to the NFL. Because when you think, oh, I have to be a college football player, and then you ain't built for that size-wise, you don't think you're worthy, but you are. It doesn't matter how big you are in life, how fast you are, how much you can lift. Like, to be a good person and help people, to be a coach, it doesn't matter how big you are. Look at Alex Mirabal. He's smaller than a jockey, and he is the greatest offensive line coach in college football. And he was a government teacher for 15 years at Christopher Columbus High School in Miami. Man, imagine having that guy as your teacher. I don't even know if he was a varsity coach. I think he said, I will go back and coach JV. Dude, he was the O-line coach at Oregon, the Ducks. Phil Knight, the O-line coach of the Miami Hurricanes.
Beautiful.
It is. And he messaged me thanking me for getting Coach McNally on Twitter. Bruh, you know what? I was thinking I had a bad 4 years. I've had a bad 4 years. You know, COVID, we went 1-5. Everything's based on football. We went to the regional championship. We went 6-5. But, bruh, we didn't cheat. We went hard. If you beat us, you deserved it. And I shook your hand and probably prayed with your team. But we've had a look at us now. We were the low man, weren't we, Coach? We still are.
Yep.
We got 127 people watching us. We love you guys, man. Like, this is authentic. This is really who we are.
Yeah, man. And I think to, just to change it up a little bit, man, I think it was a HIPAA violation when, Don Lemon started talking about Elon Musk. I think that was a HIPAA violation. I don't think you're allowed to do that, man. You don't think you talk about somebody's prescription medicine like that.
That's why he got fired again.
But, I think it was very powerful, what Elon said. He was basically saying that, he thinks you should talk to a doctor, but that he thinks it's, that when you're battling depression, that ketamine is going to be better than the SSIR. That's what people are taking for their depression and stuff like that.
What is SSIR?
And it's exactly, you're going to have to look it up, Coach, and everybody else is going to have to look it up. I can't really explain it, but that's the stuff that people take, for depression. That sometimes
so it changes your brain,
and
your
it
chemicals.
takes a couple of weeks to kick in. It's not something that's going to kick in immediately. The ketamine kicks in immediately. Like if you don't feel anything within 2 or 3 days, man, we stop the process. And if anybody is wanting to know information about ketamine, we did a podcast. We had a professional wrestler, Fidel Sierra, the legendary Cuban assassin. He came on and did a podcast. We did a 10-minute podcast on life lessons, and I believe it was his ketamine testimony and how it changed his life, how he was living life at a 10 as far as pain level in his back, as far as depression, a 10, his legs were a 10. And we cut that in half and then some. He's down to about a 3 or 4. So it's been a life-changing thing for him. And to hear one of the smartest men, one of the richest men on the planet, co-sign on that, I mean, it's huge. Yeah. It's finally getting out there.
We're going to use that. I'm going to make a video for St. Pete Rejuvenate using him, using what he's saying. Elon Musk is a genius.
He is. And, man, if it works for him, it can work for you. And, unfortunately, insurance will not cover it. So it will be out of pocket.
Yeah, they want you using their medicine.
Exactly, man.
It's still probably cheaper.
They don't want to find the cure. You know what I mean? They don't want to
find
the cure for anything. It's they make a lot more money in
Yes, they do. Yep. They I mean, it's the cause. What's causing it? I mean, if you really want to solve a problem, what's causing it? It's the pain, whether it's physical pain or emotional pain. It's the pain. And I guess they've taught us that it's not okay to feel pain. People don't want to cry today.
Right. Right. That's okay.
Yeah, crying's okay, man. This is life lessons.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. We both cried on life lessons. Hey,
Yeah,
I cried last week, man. I had a kid on here. My guy, not a kid, a grown man, Tyreek Robinson. I had him on here. You know, a guy that went from 360 pounds to 190. Just hearing his story, man. You know, it changed my life knowing this guy. You know, knowing
you
that
cry because you love.
knowing I had this much influence on him and made him, you know, want to, you know, get out of bed one time when he didn't want to. He thought about me, and that made him want to get up out of bed and get after it. That was important to me. But yeah, man, just to see how good he's doing right now and to see that I had an influence, that's what helping others is about. I could call him any day at any time and say, hey, Tyreek, I need you over here. And you know what he would say, Coach? Who's driving? Who's driving? That's it.
That's powerful, man. I mean, that's life. That's my dad's favorite. That's life, Troy.
Yep. Well, look here, Totem Pole Nation. We love you guys. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell us what you want to talk about. We're here for you guys. And, yeah. Coach, sign us off, bud.
Hey, man, have a great day. You have a great day for it. There's no right way to do a wrong thing. I love you because you're you. MK, we love you because you're you.
That's it.
We love you because you're you. Peace.